You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
I've been afraid of like a midget headbutting my kneecaps. That's always been a fear of mine. I got a random. I know some of y'all. I randomly had a thought. Like, you ever have like a nightmare or something, like a daydream slash nightmare, but it's in the daytime. You have like a thought, and I really thought about, dang, cause my knee been kind of sore lately. I was thinking like, man, if a midget headbutted my knee right now, I'd be messed up. And the last thing I want is another knee surgery. I done had 2 of them hoes. I ain't not trying to get a third. Jeez. Any midgets out there, I apologize. Y'all just, my knees get nervous around y'all. They really do. They really do. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining, folks. Mama Zeke in the building or in the room. Devin Haley, Desmond Peoples. What's up, y'all? What's up, Netta J, ATLian? And Auntie Crusher, your jokes involve the obvious. How about that? God damn, I get frustrated with people who can't find a creative fat joke in 2023. Y'all still repeating the shit y'all said in the 7th grade? God damn. Jeez. What's up, everybody? We about to talk some shit. Steve Harvey's going through a lot of drama. I just thought it was like, man, let's talk about this because it's a whole lot going on with him. It's a whole lot going on with Steve Harvey. People talking about his wife. He's telling the world, stop talking about my wife. He got drama going on with his co-host Shirley Strawberry. And salute to Shirley Strawberry. If you're from LA, man, I haven't listened to Steve Harvey Morning Show in years and decades. Actually, a couple of decades I ain't listened to his show. But I remember when it first started. It started here in LA. And Shirley Strawberry was his co-host. But he got her because she was here in LA in the 90s for when we had here in LA in the 90s, we had this white boy. Well, we didn't know he was white at first until later on. John London and the House Party. John London and the House Party, that was a fun-ass morning show with Little Crackhead and all that. Man, that shit was funny as hell. Famous C. Blacker in the building. That John London in the house party was funny as hell. And Shirley Strawberry was a co-host on that. So when he left, the Baker Boys came in for a little bit for the morning show for 92.3 The Beat, and then Steve Harvey came. And she's been with Steve Harvey ever since. And and so some leaked calls got put out from while she was in prison. Well, not she was her husband's in prison. And I didn't even know, like, it's people out there on the internet that go around, I guess, searching for people's prison calls and putting them out. I'm gonna start off by saying that that's hella corny. Anybody who does that, that's just fucking weird. Why you want to be listening to people's prison calls is fucking weird. But the calls, I guess, from what I hear, she said some shit about Steve Harvey and so it caused drama. So it's a lot going on with that dude right now. So I'm actually gonna look into his cards because it's so much drama going on around him right now. I'm gonna look into his cards and see what's going on. Like, see if I can point out where the drama's coming from. And then we're gonna get into what is a snitch? Charleston White. A lot of people like him, don't like him. Whatever your feelings are towards him, I don't give a fuck. So don't even tell me. I don't care. But I hear a lot of people saying that he's a snitch, and I hear a lot of black dudes talking about snitch this, snitch that. And DeJuan Brown, let me tell you, me personally, look, I don't like that gangster lifestyle. If you're a criminal, I don't live by criminal rules because I'm a law-abiding citizen. And if you steal from somebody I know, I'm calling the police. Okay? And I'm tired of this culture of black dudes running around acting like a snitch is the worst thing that in our community. No, the criminal is the worst thing in our community. How about that? It ain't a goddamn thing to snitch on if you ain't stealing from nobody. So we're gonna talk about those type things. I'm gonna get some of y'all calls in later on. So get the number. I ain't putting the number up yet, but I'll put it up. But I ain't gonna have the phone lines open for like another 20 or 30 minutes. I'll put the number up though, so y'all can have it ready for when I'm ready to take calls. All right. But no, the phone lines are not open yet, but they are up. Dr. Senator asks, "Are we on the air?" Yes, we are on the air. The same way your mama's ass is up in the air every time she go visit the pastor at church. Dr. Sinister. Yes, we on the air. The same way Deacon Kendricks had your mama the other day. You dig? On the pool pit. I'm just playing. So that's what it comes down to. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with talking about what's going on with Steve Harvey. Going to play a little bit into his cards and see what's going on. Then I want to get to the snitching part. But so Steve Harvey, it has been a whole lot going on with him lately. From his daughter, Lori Harvey, to people talking about his wife and his wife's ex-husband getting out of prison. And he's been going around the internet circuit streets talking about a whole bunch of stuff. So I want to start off by saying this, fellas. Steve Harvey. We all know Steve Harvey married the streets. And I'm not here to cast aspersions on chicks in the streets. I'm not. But when you a man and you spent your whole public life, not whole public life, but your public life of the 90s and the 2000s, talking about how much you love your wife Mary and how Mary was with you when you were poor, broken, destitute, and then you get the bag, the big bag, and you divorce your long-term wife and you marry someone who's connected to the streets, then guess what? Drama's going to ensue. Fellas, it's like the whole Kanye thing. Y'all remember when Kanye married Kim Kardashian? Kanye really thought he was doing something when he married Kim Kardashian. Meanwhile, all the real niggas was like, Whoa. Hold on there, feller. Hold on there, feller. And we laughed. No one could take Kanye West serious when he married Kim Kardashian. That wasn't a flex. And now Kanye's dealing with the drama that comes with marrying someone like a Kim Kardashian. And no real black man feels sorry for him at all. You goofy. So, when Steve Harvey got married, here's the thing. It's the whole story. It's not one thing or the other. And I'm not here to talk crap about Steve Harvey. I'm not. And he's a man. And he's married to a woman. And he's doing what a husband should do. And that's protect his wife. So I'm not here to say Steve Harvey shouldn't be doing. I'm not here to talk bad about Steve Harvey. I'm just using Steve Harvey's scenario as a canvas to talk about a bigger discussion. And hopefully you young niggas out there can avoid some mistakes by this conversation that we having today. That's my aim. That's my goal. That's what we here for, okay? I ain't here to say I'm better or he's worse. This ain't about none of that. It's just about, you looking at what's going on in society and see if we can learn something from it. That's what this is about. So this is I'm using this to have a discussion amongst the men and the women today, okay? So to the young dudes out there and to the guys who are single and to the ladies out there, how you carry yourself is very important. How you preach or don't preach is very important. See, when you're the kind of person that goes around preaching about how much you love your wife and how much people gonna watch. And I remember I used to listen to the Steve Harvey show back in the 2000s, early 2000s when it was new. We talking 2001. Y'all asked what were we doing on 9/11? I remember when 9/11 hit. I was listening. I was in college, Santa Monica College. My first class was 7 a.m. My first class was 7 a.m. At the time, we lived in View Park, Windsor Hills area, LA, Ladera. Y'all know that's where the niggas live with the views. And I was going to Santa Monica College. And I would have to leave for school at about 6:30. And so I remember seeing the towers hit, the planes hit the tower. And then I remember listening to the Steve Harvey morning show on the way to school, and they didn't know what was going on. Like him and Shirley Strawberry were just joking around, like, hey, people was calling in, like, hey, the towers got hit. And he was like, whatever. Back to the next song. And then when I got out of class and listened to it on the other end, I was like, oh shit, it got serious. Anyway, that's when I was listening to the Steve Harvey morning show back when the Twin Towers was hit by them sorry ass planes and that sorry ass shit that happened. Orchestrated. That's another story though. So I remember all that going on. And back in those days, Steve Harvey used to always talk about his wife, Mary. My wife married this. My wife married that. My wife married this. So when you talk like that and then turn around and write a book on marriage and getting with someone, people are going to watch you closely. So watch the causes that you champion out there. I know that, like with me, that's why I'll tell y'all niggas, I ain't trying to lead you niggas to shit. I read cards. I tell y'all niggas grow, people change, leave room for growth, room for change. How a person feel today ain't necessarily how they gonna feel tomorrow. You can't be going around thinking that you know it all and that the way you do it is the best way to do it. Nigga, the way you do it is the way you do it. Because when you go around preaching and telling everybody the way you do it is the way to go, then they gonna look at you close, brother. So he's married so he divorced the woman that got him there and married someone who, if you go remember that line in Trading Places when he said, when they asked him about the crop report, well, before the crop, when it's all at the dinner, and that dude was like, "Hey, look at that escargot." Remember that scene? I'm gonna put a big S on my car. That dude, when he was like, then that's when Eddie Murphy was like, you know, judging by them diamonds around your girl's neck, so you have to make as much money as you can make to keep her around. That's what most real niggas thought when Steve Harvey got married to his current gal. So he has all that going on. He has the rumors. He has his daughter-in-law or daughter, Lori Harvey, out there in them streets, not giving a fuck, who, you know, basically making her name off of who she's dating. And now Shirley Strawberry has leaked audio of a private conversation that she had with her jailhouse husband. Mind you, it's been said that Steve Harvey's the person that hooked Shirley Strawberry up with this dude. Now this dude's in prison, and she was having a casual conversation with him, and leaked audio got out. So now Steve Harvey's frustrated. He's saying, leave my wife out of it, as he should. And, you know, it's a lot going on. I'm definitely going to want you guys' opinions on this as the show goes on. But I don't want y'all opinion yet. Cause I just want to I'm not going to be in the cars for too long, but y'all know me. I'm a car reading ass nigga. And if it makes you uncomfortable, oh well. This is Steve Harvey's yearly cards. He's a 10 of diamonds. These are his yearly cards. 10 of diamonds is a card of marketing. It's a card of the spotlight. It's a card that has to constantly be in the spotlight. Steve Harvey truly is living out his cards. He's a for real 10 of diamonds. Flashy. But this is his spread for the year. This is the year he's in right now, his birth year. And so Steve Harvey's dealing with a 6 of diamonds in his year. So that's a card of justice. That's a card of karma. That's a karma card. Could it be all those years of running his mouth? And could it be, I don't know. Could it be, I don't want to say chickens coming home to roost. I don't want to say that. That's the wrong thing to say. But Steve Harvey, we know he has a very public record of not being the best manager to his employees. He has a very public record of not being the nicest person. Is he dealing with karma? See, if I see these 6s come in, the 6 of diamonds, you about to deal with, you about to get what you've been putting out when the 6 of diamonds come around. If you've been putting out a whole bunch of positivity, good, loving, fun energy, that's what you about to get boomeranged right back to you in the 6 of diamonds peak year. But if you've been putting out a whole bunch of negative energy and pettiness and nonsense towards people, that's going to come back to you. He has a bunch of, Steve Harvey has a bunch of 9s in his spread too. He has a bunch of 6s and 9s. There's 9 of diamonds. That means a graduation in values. That means he's getting, this is a year of him getting put through tests. If you're displacing a 9 of diamonds, that means you're getting put through the ringer. That means a 9 of diamonds displacement year is a tough year. So if you ever came to me for a reading and I saw that year you're displacing a 9 of diamonds, I'm gonna tell you off top, that's about to be a pretty rough year, my brother, my sister. That's the 9 of diamonds put you through the ringer, so you could either graduate or start over. He got a 10 of hearts in his year. Emotions. He has to transcend emotionally. 10 of clubs. Yeah, that means that's studio right there. That's creativity. That means to tell me this year been a tough year for Steve Harvey creatively. I can tell in his cards. And he has a 3 of clubs in transformation. That means he needs to write. So yeah, Steve Harvey got that. Oh yeah, he has. Look at all these spades. Ooh, shit. Whoa, whoa, god damn. Steve Harvey getting his draws kicked in his ass this year. Shouts out Butter Love in the chat room. Steve Harvey's getting his draws kicked in his ass this year. All these goddamn spades. Woo! Shit. God damn. If you came to me, if this, I'm so glad I'm not personally reading him right now. Because if somebody hit me up and they paid for a session and this is their yearly spread, I'm going to be like, get ready. So get ready. I'm gonna make you find me too. So you about to get your ass kicked that year if you got this many spades in your spread. Jack of spades. That means there's a thief somewhere around. Steve Harvey, it's somewhere in Steve Harvey's environment. They stealing somebody's stealing from his ass. And it's a slow steal. Could it be his home situation? Probably somebody close to Steve Harvey stealing from him. If anybody knew Steve Harvey, if anybody out here, I know I'll be having different celebrities that listen to me. If any of y'all know somebody that knows Steve Harvey, look, tell that nigga to check his immediate environment. Somebody's stealing from him. 10 of spades means hard work, but it means success. He's going to have a successful. He's ultimately going to be successful this year, but this is a hard working ass year for this nigga. And he got a jack of diamonds in Mars. That means somebody lying to. Steve Harvey has some snakes in his environment this year. I can see why that. Now I'm going from cracking jokes to that nigga to having compassion for him. Oh God, he got somebody stealing from him in his environment. He got somebody close to him lying to him right now. Then he got that Jupiter 9 of spades. That's a graduation in wisdom. That means, and 7 of spades, Saturn. 7 of spades is lawsuits. No, that's why 7 of clubs. 7 of spades is interpersonal battles with other people, battles with people in your environment. Steve Harvey fighting with something. He got a lot of fighting going on in this world right now. I don't envy him at all. I don't give a damn how much money you have. This is a tough card spread to live through for a year. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. That's hard. Now I'm gonna go into his week. This is Steve Harvey's week. This is his week using the Grand Solar spreads. He has that King of Spades. Yeah. He's in the spotlight this week, buddy. Whenever you have 3 of your cards in this crown position, like if you ever came to me for a reading and say I'm doing a business reading for you, and if you have any 3 cards in these positions up here, that means you will be in the spotlight. So make it worth it. With the cards, I can predict when it's your time to shine and be in the spotlight, and when it's going to be time for you to kind of go back, and it's going to be time for you to, sit back in the pocket. That's why you entertaining niggas out here better come in for a goddamn card reading. This shit'll tell you, and you business owners too, to tell you when to market and when to pull back. Right now, Steve is in his transformation cards are all in the crown position. That means he must be in the spotlight. Even if you don't do anything, you're going to be in the spotlight relative to whatever your spotlight is in your environment. Steve Harvey's a major celebrity, so of course his spotlight is going to be bigger than yours and mine. Me or you got 3 cards in that position. People ain't gonna give a fuck. But the people in your world will. The people in your environment, it'll be in the spotlight to the people in your environment. It's just that you and we all have smaller environments than, say, a Steve Harvey. So, Steve Harvey, man, you got a tough year. This is a tough year for you, my brother. All jokes aside, I'm always going to crack jokes on Steve Harvey because why not? But if anybody that knows Steve Harvey, just let him know that, hey, bro, this year is God. The universe got his foot in your ass this year, my brother. So, woo, watch it. Watch it. Now on to Charleston White. What is a snitch? What is a snitch? See, let's break down this whole environment, this whole culture of, first off, 99% of black dudes that's running around talking about snitches, y'all fronting. Y'all fronting. The reason why so many black men are locked up in prison right now is because of a goddamn snitch. One of my homeboys is a police officer. Well, I got a few police officer friends. One of my boys that used to be a detective, he said, man, we wouldn't get most of the problems we solve, we couldn't solve them without snitches. Man, I remember we used to be out somewhere. He always had a bat phone with him. And he had a whole line of snitches calling his phone all the goddamn time. Leroy down the street, and he just broke in that house at 8617 Florence Boulevard. And I'm sitting there like, yo, hold on. Me and my boy, we literally sitting there. I'll never forget. We were at that Samba Steakhouse. Samba, for those of you, I don't know if they have it around the country, but here in LA, this is a place called Samba. One of them Brazilian steakhouses where they give you like unlimited meat and shit like that. And back in the days when I used to eat all kinds of beef and pork and shit, and that was my spot. But man, we sitting there eating, and this nigga phone kept ringing, and I was like, "Is this the same dude?" He was like, "Nah, this is a different criminal." And he was like, "Yeah, man, some of these dudes." He was like, half the dudes that's calling are the OGs. Half the dudes calling are the OGs. What's up, Fireblaze Lane in the chat room? Oh yeah, them readers gonna tell you the truth. All they do, and no, I do not use the word pause. I don't pause anything I say. I have a personal opinion that men that use the word pause and no homo are closet gay. And that's why you have to pause what you're saying, because you really are thinking those sexually illicit thoughts. So you pause yourself. Straight niggas don't need to pause. Ever. Right? Back to what we talking about. But yeah, my boy this is LA, and the division he was working at the time was right here in South Central LA. The Sheriff Sentry Station. That's Watts. That's Wilmington. Willowbrook. And this motherfucker's phone was ringing off the hook with snitches. Hey, Nia D, you must be under 30. Grown men don't say pause, okay? Yeah, I said unlimited meat. I'ma say long meat, big meat, fat meat, and I ain't pausing a motherfucking thing, because if you think it's something gay, that means you have some gay thoughts you got to check, my sister, my brother, or whoever that was, sister or brother, I'm not sure. But niggas who don't think gay are going to say this all day, every day with no pauses. Because I don't make accommodations for niggas who think gay. Capiche? I don't make accommodations for men who think gay. All right? But that's what I say. Call the police. Herc said, I'm a blocker. I call the police. Look, I had some knuckleheads outside my crib a few months ago. The apartment next to me, they broke a glass, and I'm cool with the owner of that building. So I called. I saw them breaking the glass to get up in her building. Hell yeah, I called the police. You wake me up at 3 a.m. with a glass being broken. The first thing I'm gonna do is head to my shotgun. The next thing I'm gonna do is call the police. You goddamn right. Y'all remember House Party? What you doing? Calling the police. That public enemy. Public enema? Public enema? Y'all remember that? Calling the police. See, this is what we need as a black community. We gotta stop. I'm the kind of person, and I'm the champion. This and I don't tell y'all to do anything I don't already do. Is when people come around me talking about snitches, I stop. So what? They're a snitch, and are you a criminal? Because I believe there should never be a need for snitches. Because if you ain't doing wrong, there ain't nothing to snitch on. Now, it's different if you see somebody over there doing something on their own, minding their own goddamn business. You know, there's levels to this. You know, you may have somebody, a neighbor of yours that you see. They may have like back in the days, niggas had illegal cable back in the day. When cats had that box with the illegal cable. Now, if somebody doing that shit to a corporation and you hear you come talking about calling the police or calling and saying, ooh, that person got illegal cable or that person got now that's different. We ain't talking about that. That's just like, for instance, that's what I'm going in. What is a snitch? Same thing with my tenants. I had one neighbor complain that one of my tenants had a dog. You think I'll give a fuck if that tenant had a dog or not? But since that neighbor reported it, the other tenants like, we can't have a dog. So I had to do something about it. And I'm like, man, and that was some snitching shit. The fuck do you care if they got a dog for? That dog ain't bothering you. That's one thing. Something ain't bothering you and you just want to go around telling to be in somebody's business. That's the kind of snitching that we ain't fucking with. That's that weirdo ass shit. But if you robbed another black person, you deserve to get snitched on. Yes, go to jail. Tired of this shit. And you be like, well, he robbed now. If you robbing somebody with somebody, then yeah, street code says no, you shouldn't snitch when you commit a crime with somebody. My question is, why are you niggas committing crime? And I understand the economic implications of why people commit crimes. Just know that when you're around criminals, you're in a world of snitches. Most of them criminal niggas is snitches. Most of them criminal niggas is snitches. Auntie Crusher said, Black LA should have ICE as a safe contact. Yep. Yeah, call ICE. Yeah, now. This nigga said, Andrew Como said, DeJuan, quit snitching on these gay ass OGs. Yeah, man. If you in the that's why I never wanted to get into the underworld. If you in the underworld, you're around a whole bunch of snitches. I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry about that. This sun is starting to come in my goddamn window. It's burning my face. But if you in them streets, you got to know that you around snitches. That world is a whole bunch of motherfuckers trying to save themselves. Because let's think about it. Let's think about it. There are plenty of legal ways to make money. Plenty. If a person decides to make their money, especially when you get into your 20s, teenagers just make dumb decisions oftentimes. I ain't talking about teenagers. I'm talking about cats in their late 20s, 30s. You mature enough now to make a decision. You got a choice between finding a way to hustle up some money the legal way or the illegal way. You in your 30s still finding ways to hustle up money illegally? Guess what? You don't deserve. You're not going to attract honorable people around you. If you're in your 30s and 40s doing shit illegally, that means you're going to attract other people on your vibration. And if you're the kind of person that you in your 30s and you still haven't figured out how to make money legally, and you want to steal from people and harm people and hurt people, that's what you're going to get. Even if you're the person that wouldn't snitch on your partner you with, even if you're the person that won't snitch, you better believe the people, everybody to your left and to your right are going to snitch. That's a character thing. When you're in your 30s still committing crime. Now we're dealing with character issues. So ain't nobody with no damn character. You think a person in their 30s, 40s, 50s with character issues don't give a fuck about selling you out? Niggas listening to, look at these cats like, I don't want to cause no drama, but like cats like Whack 100. All these niggas do is sit on Clubhouse, sit on the internet, and talk. Talk, 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 talk. All these niggas do is talk. Appreciate the Cash App, Hakeem. Appreciate the Cash App. All these niggas do is talk. You know? So I asked the question, is Charleston somebody snitch? This is a dude that goes online and runs his mouth. He's not street, doesn't claim to be part of the streets, talks about how he used to be in the streets, but he's not anymore. And he gets rappers, he calls the police on people like Boosie and different rappers. Is that snitching? My thing is, whether you like Charleston White, don't like him, whatever, is that snitching? It's a question we gotta ask. And what is black men's? What's this thing that we have with stop snitching? What is this? What's this obsession we have with stop snitching? When did that become a thing? I'm changing that shit, nigga. Stop stealing. How about that? Before I get to stop snitching, let's start with stop stealing. Stop getting over on other people. And if he is snitching, so what? Is this snitching when you telling on somebody breaking a crime? If you ain't, no, snitching is a code between two people in the streets. And if you in the streets doing some business in front of people who not in the streets, then you corny as fuck. I don't know not one real street nigga that do street business in front of non-street people. And I know some street niggas that do street business. But when DeJuan come around, it's fun. It's fun times, nigga. We ain't about to do they all my street friends that I know. When I come around, we about to have fun, nigga. They put their street business to the side. I don't know what they do. They don't do it in front of me. Never have. Me personally, I ain't going to go tell nobody. Because the way I look at it, not all street business is bad. You know? Streets have their own codes of ethics. And as a non-street nigga, I don't get involved. But I do know this. Most of them niggas who are involved is snitches. 80% of these cats that claim streets, 90% of these cats that claim streets will tell the police on your ass. Don't listen to these street niggas when it comes to that part. Yes, Robert Meacham, the police do have a no snitching rule. The only people, there are there are 3 entities that have a no snitching policy. 4. There are 4 entities that have a no snitching policy. That I think their no snitching policies are, for the most part, ironclad. You don't really get people snitching. One is the white supremacists. White folks don't snitch on each other. Even your so-called liberal white friend that you're cool with that comes over your house to kick it, they never gonna tell what another white supremacist is doing to harm your black ass. White supremacists do not snitch to black people about anything. White people overall, even your non-practicing white supremacists, your regular white person who isn't a white supremacist, 99.9% of them is not going to tell your black ass a goddamn thing. So they have an ironclad no snitching policy. Another group that has an ironclad no snitching policy are the corporate billionaires. They all collude. They all steal. They all thieve. They all fuck us over. And they don't tell on each other. Because they all doing it. DeAndre Mosley, that's a good one. Asians. You're right. Asians too. Expect them triad, that's just Asian gang folks. They don't snitch. The military don't snitch. The military do all kind of degenerate shit. They don't snitch. Politicians don't snitch. Politicians all raid us and fuck us over, and they do not snitch on each other. And the police. The police don't snitch. The police do all kind of nefarious shit and don't say nothing. What is a snitch? What are y'all thoughts? Hit me up. 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. We talking about snitching. What is a snitch? What is a snitch? See, what makes us in a different position, folks, is we are in a position to where we got a foot on our neck. And the main people that help us stay with this position with our foot on our neck is other black folks. Every time we go around and we kick the white supremacists the back of their knee to get their foot off our neck, it's some old weird ass nigga that fuck up our progress. And it's usually a lot of these low level niggas that's go around thinking that gangsterism is a badge of honor. Those are usually the main ones. That whenever we feel like we about to go somewhere and do something, it's always these niggas. And I ain't saying they're the only ones, because them bootleg niggas, you too, y'all just as bad. It seems to be the extremes. The people who either want to play gangster all day, or these fake rich ass, punk ass bootleg niggas. And all of us in the middle are stuck, because these two extremes want some fucking attention from white daddy. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, it's Big Stat out of Ohio.
Big stuff out of Ohio in this mother. How's the weather in Ohio in September?
It's actually pretty moderate. I was up there for my cousin's wedding, man. It was a pretty special occasion, man. I loved it.
That's dope. So what's on your mind?
So in terms of snitching, like you determined last week, and I kind of already had this on my mind, where I was kind of like, well, I thought a snitch was somebody that was, engaged in illegal activity or illicit activity, and they told on somebody or somebody else associated with it.
Yeah.
That was the same thing I was thinking. Just like your regular everyday person, like you walk into a store, you steal some Skittles, like, oh, he's stealing. That, I mean, like, okay, those two are not the same thing.
Right.
You're not conspiring with that person to steal a car out in the parking lot. It's not the same thing. But as far as Charleston White being a snitch, I've seen a few interviews, and I don't know if he's tongue in cheek saying it, but I remember him saying he said he was a snitch himself.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't know if that was on Say Cheese or that other brother.
He said it on Say Cheese and another one. I've heard him say that a couple times.
Yeah. So I mean, call him what he wants to be called. If he wants to be called a snitch, call him a snitch. If he said, "Hey, don't call me a snitch," okay, don't call him a snitch. Call him by his name.
So your philosophy is call him what he says he wants to be called.
Yeah, I mean, hey, all is fair in love and war,
Hey.
I saw you on the CP podcast. I thought it was pretty informative when you brought up the Dragon Moors. I tried to do some research. Couldn't find too much. Pretty informative podcast.
Look up this book. Look up a book called Ancient and Modern Britons.
Ancient. Okay.
Look up another book called Golden Age, because when I went back and watched it, I didn't give y'all a book. I like to always give books. Go back and watch read Golden Age of the Moor by Ivan Van Sertima. It's out of print, but you can find it. There are different websites out there where you can find out of print books.
Okay.
It's called The Golden Age of the Moor. And that's where you'll get a lot of that stuff.
Okay, and I got another question for you. I got one question for you. Do you think the drug epidemic that was ushered in by the U.S. government and all the pharmaceutical companies, do you think that is coming back to bite them in the behind with these newer drug epidemics with the opioids and the new trank epidemic up in Philadelphia?
Hell yeah, that's what's coming back to bite them in the ass. Shit, you can't put stuff out there without that shit boomeranging back. This old saying called everybody got to pay for the sins of their fathers. We all do, and
right.
And so the sins of these people who are here, the sins of their fathers, was either intentionally putting it in our communities or sitting idly by and laughing while it got put in our communities, profiting off of it. You know what I mean? How many of these white folks got an uncle and cousin who owned a business that profited from the drug trade through either the money the drug dealers made with it or through government contracts that took care of the doctors who got paid to not cure the epidemic. It's a lot of money. A lot of people that benefited from it. So you can't put that energy out there without it coming back.
Yeah, like the Sacklers that got rich off of that.
The same way the United States is getting, the same way. See the way China is sending opiates to the United States. Well,
yeah,
and also don't forget Britain and France. They're getting it too, and Western Europe is getting it heavy right now. Think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Roosevelt's grandfather, we're talking about Teddy Roosevelt, the Roosevelt fortune, Teddy Roosevelt, FDR, their granddaddy, the one who made the Roosevelt fortune, he got his fortune off of sending those opiates into China back in the 1800s.
In the Opium Wars.
The Opium Wars. So
yeah.
So yeah, the niggas is paying. They paying for that shit.
Damn, that's heavy. That's heavy.
And black folks who try to do everything white folks do, they paying for it too. But now us black folks that's minding our own goddamn business, we ain't hooked on that shit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. You have a good one.
You too. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why we gotta look at this shit and man, play your cards out, people. I'm telling y'all. It's good to get a reading, man. Play your cards to the highest level. Cause if this is a 7 of Hearts year, man. It's a 7 of Hearts year. Crossing boundaries, exposure. What did I read in Steve Harvey's cards? Look at Steve Harvey's cards. That moon card. 7 of Hearts. 7 of Hearts is a card of exposure. Anytime a 7 of Hearts comes in your spread, what's done in the dark will come to light. See, a lot of us, when in the dark, we are trying to we're getting better at business. We're reading books. We're learning something. We're trying things. Whatever our spirit's telling us to do, we doing it when nobody else is watching. The dark means, what are you doing when nobody else is watching? Some of us are really out there trying to be better people, better businessmen, better businesswomen, better fathers, better mothers in the dark. So when that 7 of Hearts comes, that hard work you've been putting in the dark is going to come to light. You're going to see the benefits and eat the fruit from that labor. But if you've been in the dark fucking around, bullshitting, undermining other people, harming other people, fronting and faking to the world while being a degenerate behind closed doors, that shit coming to get you in your ass, nigga. It's coming to get you in your ass. You about to get in your ass. That 7 of Hearts come. And he has a 6 of Diamonds and a 7 of Hearts. That's a bad combo right there. Or a good combo. Depending on how you've been playing your cards. If you play your cards right, everything's gonna be alright. Nigga Black McBain said we gonna see. This nigga said on OnlyFans before years in. Y'all niggas. Oh God, I got a bunch of degenerates in my chat room, yo. What's up, Lori Brown? Oh yeah, Auntie Crusher. Them Chinese ain't forgot. 323-744-7425. We talking shit tonight. You damn right, Black McBain. That's the only opioid I'm taking too is amoxicillin. Nigga. Hell yeah. You get a sinus infection or something, that amoxicillin will knock that shit right on out. Nigga. Motherfucker. Black McBain be going to Chinese herbalist and asking the herbalist to suck his dick for the cure. that's Black McBain. He be like, let me get it out. The joystick. That'll help kill me. Salute the back. Who I got called? Is this Larry?
It's your worst nightmare, ho.
Man, who you? I'll beat your ass.
Nah. Nobody believes that.
Nigga, I'll sock you so hard in your lip. I'll swell your lip up. I'll swell your lip up fatter than Steve Harvey's lip.
Nah. You could have said me, but that would have worked also.
Nah, I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, bitch. You need to be.
So what's going on? You see with all the shit going on with Steve Harvey, man. I want to know your opinions and thoughts on Steve Harvey.
Well, I mean, I don't pay attention to Steve Harvey. I've never been a fan of Steve Harvey. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. When I first started doing comedy, he was down here in Houston. And there was another comic who was the host. They were pretty cool. So it was a bunch of young comics, and you know how older comics are. They're not supposed to, but they'll talk to young comics and give them game and give them words of encouragement. Well, the host asked Steve Harvey to come talk to us, and he was like, "Oh man, they got to get it on their own. I ain't trying to tell her help them out." And from that point on, I was like, "Fuck Steve Harvey."
Oh, so you said, I didn't know this story. You never told me this one. You said Steve Harvey literally said they got to get it on their own.
Yeah. I'll never forget that.
See, and that's
never forget that.
You just pointed out a major generational issue. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about this when it comes to black. Matter of fact, I was on the phone with Dr. Randy Short. We were talking about this last night when he had called me, and he was talking about how black folks, it's like we take a pride, like older black people, Negroes, take pride in making the next generation reset and start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. The next generation is supposed to have it easier. That's why I talk so goddamn much. People, if anybody come to me, man, I want to give every piece of the game I can get. What pride is it as a man? What pride do I get in knowing that the next generation had to go through the exact same generation I went through? What the fuck good was my life?
Man, that man literally said, "Man, I ain't helping them out. They got to get it on their own. I had to work hard to get where I'm at. Did nobody tell me nothing to help me out?" I'm like, "Well, nigga, everybody don't want to sleep in their car like you, dog. You went through that to help out the younger generation." But nah, man. So whatever he's going through, he deserves it. Fuck Steve Harvey. Fuck Family Feud. Fuck his set on the Kings of Comedy. Fuck his TV show. What else?
What about his mustache?
Stupid ass suits. Them stupid ass suits he used to wear. Fuck his mustache. Fuck all that.
And the thing is, I've heard similar stories about Steve Harvey over the years, and I've never personally met him. I don't know him, but yeah, the stories are generally not impressive. Appreciate the cash out, Darrell James. So what about? See, you the one that really turned me on to Charleston White, dog. Now that nigga funny as fuck, dog. It's like. But you know how it is with Charleston White. I won't listen to him for months at a time, and then you'll call me one day crying, laughing, like, "You hear this nigga just said?" And then I go down that rabbit hole listening. But I'll say that the last 3 weeks, is the first time in my life I've listened to like his whole interview, top to bottom. I'd only heard the snippets before, and so my opinion of him is changing a little bit now that I've heard him in extended form versus the snippets.
Man, I like him. I like him. He literally tells you, "I'm playing a character." Like he'll tell you that this is a character I'm playing, and then he goes into character, and he does all that. He uses all of his attention on social media and a lot of his revenue to help out kids. Like he has a proven track record working with kids in the prison system and all types of things. So I don't care about none of the BS he does because I look at what he actually does in real life, and that's help out children. So whatever he says on YouTube or whatever, hey man, I'll roll with it.
Hey, it's like he really does because I being someone, and that's what made me start to change my opinion of him over the last couple of weeks. Because his work with the children, you don't get that in the clips. You only get the drama in the clips. So when I heard the way he was talking about how he works with children, being someone who work with kids as long as I have, I know he does. It's a certain. It's like anything else. When you yourself have been doing something for so long, you can listen to somebody else talk and tell if they bullshitting or not. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things when he talks about the recidivism rates and he talks about how to minimize prison recidivism rates by helping make the mother whole. When he said that, I was like, okay, yeah. He knows what he doing what he do because everyone else just be like, let's give this kid $1,000 and give him a job and he's gonna be okay. Charleston was like, no, that's not gonna be. You got to make sure that the mom has training. You got to make sure that she's stable. That you got to make sure that she got a car to get around. You got to make sure that she has basically the bottom rung of the needs pyramid, and that's only going to come from somebody who's actually out there doing the work.
And on top of all that, man, that dude is one of the funniest people in the history of social media, dog. Like I can count on him. I can count. There are two people I can always count on to make me laugh until I cry on YouTube, and that's Corey Holcomb and Charleston White. I know I'm gonna laugh every time I click on one of their videos.
Hey, that's true. You're right. 5150. No matter what episode. And shouts out yesterday's episode. My man was on the show. I'm drawing a blank. Goddamn Spud. Spud a good ass. You met Spud before, haven't you?
I know I have.
I think the last time you were out in LA at the Improv, Spud was there. Spud cool the motherfucker, man. And so when I saw Spud on 5150 yesterday, I was happy for that nigga, man. I love Spud. So, but yeah, Corey, and both them niggas is degenerates. That's what makes it so goddamn.
That I love it, dog. Man, because I'm one too, slightly. I'm not on the level.
Nah, nigga, you are not. Fuck that, nigga. You ain't no slight. You a total degenerate. Hey, let me tell y'all something in the chat room, y'all. This is how much of a degenerate Larry is. I was kicking it with Larry. Then I remember on my phone, I got the news. Macho Man Randy Savage had just died. And I was like, oh shit, Larry. Because Larry, we was kicking it in my living room, playing. We was listening. We was probably smoking.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah. If I was with you, a blunt was lit. And I was like, hey, Larry. Macho Man Randy Savage just died. This nigga Larry was like, started laughing. And then I was like, hold on. Then Larry was like, well, how did he die? I said, so I read the story. It said, it looked like he crashed his car into a tree and caught a heart attack. This nigga Larry started laughing and said, nigga, well, that wasn't a macho way to die, so fuck that nigga. And you say you're not a degenerate. Fuck you, nigga.
I'm not.
How you gonna say there's not a macho way to die?
Because it wasn't. I mean, he did all that tough talking and then crashed his car and then had a heart attack. Nah, it'd have been macho if he crashed his car and like burnt to death. I'd be like, that's a macho way to die. But dog, you checked out before you like crashed. That ain't macho.
And that's fucked up. Now every time I hear, ooh yeah, I'm like, nigga, that nigga did not die macho.
No, he didn't, dog. Elizabeth.
Nah. Oh shit, dog. This nigga Biz Marti said you only drive Toyota pickup trucks.
Who said that?
Biz Marti in the chat room.
Oh, was he talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Biz Marti, that was very corny, sir.
Dog.
That was very corny.
Nah, you nigga. All I know is nigga, you ain't gonna drive after I close both of your eyes with these fists.
Man, dog, you need to stop threatening me, dog. If you're gonna threaten me, at least look tough, dog. At least look tough. Hey, I'm a dog. You know what really pisses me off? That picture that you post like your headshot with that stupid ass shit eating grin. That bothers me, dog. I need you to get some new headshots because that picture makes me want to fight you, dog. You look dumb as hell.
Or when I'm grinning, I'll make sure to post more grinning pictures so I can coerce you into meeting these hands face to face, nigga.
Well, yeah, okay, but we're gonna make sure that picture's on your obituary after I punch you to death.
Nigga, I'll stick my foot so far up your ass, my thigh have shit on it.
Nah. Shut up, ho. You weak. Hey, man, I'm about to. They're calling me, dog. I'm about to get up.
Oh, you about to get on stage?
Yeah, hey, y'all keep supporting DeJuan, buy his merch, book your readings, and y'all put some money. Hey, start a GoFundMe and get DeJuan some boxing lessons. He gonna need it next time I come out to LA, dog.
All I know is I hope when you go on stage, nigga, you get cotton mouth, nigga, and right when you go to hit a funny punchline, nigga, you cough. I hope that happens to you. Fuck you, nigga.
Go to hell, ho.
Get the fuck off my phone. That was Larry Ho-ass Goodwill. I swear to God, I hope that nigga get cotton mouth when he on stage. That'd be the worst sometimes. Me be on stage cracking jokes and you get that cotton mouth. Cause I like going on stage high. But you know how it is, about 30 minutes after you smoke, you get that cotton mouth. And you be like, that'd be the only issue. But yeah, that's why we having this discussion today, y'all. What is a snitch? And it's because most things people say is snitching ain't snitching. Call on in. Let me know what you think. 323-744-7425. A lot of y'all called in while Larry was on the phone, but y'all know I can't click over. I should have clicked over just to be disrespectful. Because I don't mind disrespecting Larry because there ain't nothing he could do about it, you know? See, I wouldn't disrespect none of y'all, you know? I know that, but I know that if I disrespect Larry, there are no consequences. Not physically, not mentally, not spiritually, not psychically. The universe don't fuck with that weak ass nigga. So I know I can do what I want to do and not get a consequence from him. But to the rest of y'all, I wouldn't do that to y'all. I love y'all. I love you. You love me. We're a motherfucking family. Is that how the song went with Barney? Is that how it went? 323-744-7425. Any of you niggas that called in while I was on the phone with Larry, this is the time to call back. Or forever hold your peace. But Steve Harvey, man. Steve Harvey. Somebody said, "Why?" Like me, said, "Why wish a lightning?" I don't wish a lightning strike on Larry. Well, unless you consider my fist to his nose a lightning strike, that's about the same thing. Then yeah, nah. I don't want God to beat Larry's ass. I want to beat his ass. All right? Hey, don't put God in this, brother. Don't put God on this. But Charleston White, man, again, like I said, I get why people don't like him. And I don't like when Charleston White gets in talking about a lot of the stuff what black people deserve. Like, a lot of shit Charleston White says, I flat out do not agree with. Flat out. Flat out. But I will say, when I hear him talking about working with the kids and the families, that's being someone who, that's my profession. Well, I don't do it like that anymore. But I come from that world. I know when I'm talking to somebody in that world and when I'm not. I know when I'm talking to a fraud, a phony, or the real thing. And we as a people, we got to get a higher moral code of ethics. We got to stop glorifying this gangster culture. That's one thing Charleston Wright is right about. That is one area I 100,000% agree with him on. We got to stop glorifying the gangster culture. And I'm going to tell you another reason why. And this goes to my gangsters out there. I got gangsters that listen to me. But the real gangsters, they don't believe in glorifying the lifestyle. I got listeners that are pimps. They don't glorify that. I got listeners that are streetwalkers. I got all kind of listeners. They know even though I talk like this in general, I still love them, no matter what they go through. But the gangsters, all the gangsters I know, they don't like the glorification of gangster lifestyle. And that's facts. Press number one, if I'm the only person, if you know gangsters out there that don't like the glorification of gangster lifestyle, press number one. I know I ain't the only one. I know I ain't unique. Press number one out there if you know gangsters that do not glorify that gangster lifestyle. Because most of the gangsters I know, they the most still motherfuckers you want to be around. The real gangsters are very still. Very still. You know when you're around a gangster because he's still. He ain't doing that extra shit. He ain't running around talking about some no snitching. Because the real gangster ain't saying nothing at all. Issue is 90% of these niggas ain't real gangsters. These is frontin' phonies. Hey, Reggie, is that you? Nigga, when we gonna smoke? In the chat. I have been busy as fuck. When we gonna smoke, nigga? What's up, Isaiah Edwards? Appreciate the cash app. That's real talk, Isaiah. That's all 50 Cent shows do is glorify gangster shit. That's why I don't watch them 50 shows. And salute to my homeboy London Brown. I love London. Y'all know London. He's on Raising Canaan. Salute to London Brown. That's my guy right there, man. I want London to be working in Hollywood until he decides to leave. And salute to 50 Cent for hiring the right black man to do that, to play that role. But as cool as me and London are, I ain't watching that shit he on. Them 50 Cent shows, all they do is glorify the worst of us. I'm good. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, Dewan, this is Robert Nelson. I'm from the tri-state area. Tri-state area, PA.
PA, Robert Nelson.
Yeah, I called before.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, what is a snitch? Well, if you're involved in the street life, the street culture, like as far as different things, the drug dealing, scamming, stuff like that, and y'all get hemmed up, you turn in your buddies, that's considered snitching. Now, as opposed to me being a civilian, getting shot and describe the shooter, depending on the nuance of it, but I'm a civilian, I can report it, but it could be nuanced. If I know the person, know the person's family, it's going to be a little bit different. Or in one case, one time I was walking down the street and an officer stopped me and it was a mistake.
What?
He got away from me real fast. Yeah, he stopped me. I was just walking. He got away from me real fast because the area I lived in, I could be seen as a snitch or something like that. Or I talked to police. So I'm like, dude, get away from me. And he got away from me real fast.
Wow.
So that was a scary thing. Charleston, it's like he's like a lot of shock value, but it seems like he does work with kids. But I don't know, DeWine. It seems like a lot of the people that's online, some of the voices, it seems like they paid to be there. That's just my conjecture. for the whole
Okay.
thing.
Look, bro. Look.
I
I
think
feel you. I see how you can see it that way. I see it's not my perspective, but I see how you can see it that way.
I think some of them are paid to be on here to make sure the black male voices don't turn into anything.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. There are people out there. I 100% agree with that.
Because it seems like the black male channels like y'all's and Craig's and all y'all's, it seems like they bottlenecking y'all growth of the channels, as you say. Like they coming in, but they like slowing down and how they demonetize all black male channels that seem to be about something. If they have a particular certain kind of voice, or they want to like slow it down. Like when you was on that Umar and that Fox Soul situation, they just kept mentioning Umar, but they wasn't mentioning you. And it seems like that was just on purpose to keep some gender war type thing going and stuff like that, and everything. Because I think your voice is really important because hey, we lost Paul Mooney, and I could see the seriousness and the you plight conscious.
Yeah,
that's what I get from you, Dewan. So and how you bring it back and everything and stuff like that. So I love the message you send, and you're a comic too, which is not easy, and different things that you get. Because I've been following you for a while and stuff like that. And yeah, Corey's like a guilty pleasure though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Corey that shit. Let me tell you something. We got to get rid of the word guilty. You got to get rid of the guilt. We all need fuckery in our lives. We just as long as it don't rule our life. You dig?
Right.
So yeah, I appreciate that, man. They do silence voices. Like I got to deal with shadow bans all the time. I have to deal with my channel getting like when I had the Mississippi ass whooping, they cut my channel for a week. It's always something, and I do feel I do believe there's a lot of people online that are pushed out in front on purpose. What are you talking about? Your fresh and fit types, your DJ academic types.
If it causes division and everything, and just to let you know, with the fresh and fit, that thing, we should have a lot of the men that's born here should have been extremely insulted. Because here you got this guy from Sudanese background, and the other guy is from the Caribbean, talking trash about us, and then basically demonize what they think our culture is here, and making money off of it. And I'm like, how these guys online is not insulted by this?
Let me tell you, you from the tri-state, you from the Pennsylvania side of the game. So you grew up, and I'm from LA. So you grew up like me in a lot of ways where it was more black and white, and the other people were on other sides of town.
Yeah,
white folks.
I'm 49.
Yeah, you grew up in an all black environment, and there wasn't too many others in your neighborhood.
Yeah,
and if they were, they weren't in your neighborhood. And
for a time, Dewan, like when the time frame I grew up, because I was born in '74, I grew up. Puerto Ricans, they was considered black. They was calling themselves black, but it's just when Ricky Martin came in the early '90s and J-Lo, then they start like separating themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
Jesse Jackson start pushing
they were in your area,
for, immigrants and stuff. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were in your area, but still they were a small minority in your area.
Very small.
And
Very
so
small.
you grew up. So this why I'm saying all that. This why I'm saying this. The generation you're 74. I'm 81. The generation.
I'm Gen X.
Yeah, you gotta remember.
You're millennial.
I'm millennial. You gotta remember there was a second baby boom in 1990. There are more children born in 1990 than during the baby boom era between 89 and 91. That was the last baby boom that the country had. And in that boom, part of the reason why the boom was so big was because so many people were getting led over here in the 60s and 70s. Now they had children. Now their children are having children. And then now they're starting to have more. People come over, these influx of immigrants coming in the 80s. Now they're all having children along with American children. This is what we got to see. During that time, it's a whole lot of immigrant children that were born here that have a different value system than Black Americans. And again, to my immigrants out there, this isn't the shit on y'all. It's just we have to identify differences. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own culture. So the cultural continuity that we developed as Black Americans through Jim Crow that was still highly concentrated in the 70s and 80s has since been diluted. So now in 2023, we're dealing with people who were raised by people who came over here, who probably born here, but they have a different set of values. So when it comes to that, I said that to say Fresh and Fit, DJ Academics, they appeal to those people. Those kind of shows could not have had roots in the 90s. You know what I mean? Because there's too much, there was too many real niggas around still in the 90s. But not just the immigrants, a lot of black Americans raised soft ass kids. Being Harvey parents.
Yeah.
When I used to coach basketball, you see it.
A lot of my generation, a lot of Gen X generation, we're emotional as hell, man.
Yeah, I was on a phone call with a dear friend yesterday, and we were talking about Gen X did a horrible job raising their kids. Gen X raised the softest. Generation X raised the softest kids the world has ever seen. And you got the combination of Gen X raising sorry ass soft kids and people from that immigrated here with the different value systems. When you combine those two things, there you go. Where as far as your academics, your Fresh and Fit, and all these different podcasts that are on that beta male bullshit. But I'll let you go ahead and have the last word, my brother.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Dewan. Appreciate it, man. Keep talking, man. That's all. That's all I had to say. I'll talk more about where I'm from and stuff like that. Because where I'm from, King spent 3 years here.
Yeah.
He went to seminary here, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to seminary, and he was messing with a Polish white girl, and his dad, the pastor, sent him back and stuff like that. So
yeah, sir.
That's a little inside history where I'm from. 22 minutes outside of Philly. All right, Dewan.
That's dope, man. Yeah, you have a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Gen X, y'all raised some sorry ass soft kids. This is tell the truth. We can talk all the shit we want about the baby boomers, but at least the baby boomers let us go outside and play. I got baby boomer parents. Yeah, thank God my parents aren't your typical baby boomers. My parents loved me. I grew up in a beautiful ass household. My parents worked hard and they left something for me and my brothers and sisters. Shit. So I'm blessed with my parents. But most boomers allowed their kids to go outside and have fun. The older boomers. As you get to the younger boomers and the older Gen X, you niggas became hover parents. Gen X be hovering like a motherfucker. So the kids never get a chance to grow up and explore and be themselves. Because they have hover parents that are always over them, solving their disputes. Kid get into an issue with another kid that's having drama on a block. Instead of letting the kids fight, y'all having meetings and shit. That's some Gen X shit. So, I think of Bismarck, he said, Gen X raised moist children. So, that's what we're dealing with right now. That's what we're dealing with. That's why Fresh and Fit, DJ Academics, and those guys have such huge audiences. They was raised by soft parents. And that's just the long and short of it. I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate the cash apps. Y'all need to go ahead. Oh shit. Dewan, what the fuck is wrong with me? People leaving. I didn't show y'all my new shirt. I got new shirts, y'all. I should have did this shit way earlier in the show. I got new shirts. The Godfather. Got them in men's and women's sizes. Get yours right now at DewanB.com. I got a whole line of music shirts that are coming out that I'll be releasing on y'all asses probably about once a week. But The Godfather Get your new t-shirt celebrating James Brown, the true godfather of funk and hip hop. Get it right now at DewanB.com. Got it in these assorted colors for the men. And for the women, we have even more color options. You see those? The Godfather. Order yours right now at DewanB.com/shop. The Godfather. And go to breakthroughcards.com. And to my reading students, we're having our Q&A session on Friday, 2:00 Pacific time to my students. 2:00 we're having so if you didn't get your link, email me. You should have a link already for the question and answer. And for that's people who are in my masterclass cardiology course. Sign up, go to DewanB.com or email me info@DewanB.com to sign up for the masterclass. Or if you just want to learn the introductory, read yourself a playing cards, the introductory course class, just to understand the science behind playing cards, you can get that. Or you can come on to the full cardiology masterclass course. Get your reading at breakthroughcards.com. Get your relationship reading, individual, get your business reading, or get your Monday morning mini reading. Or get your Monday mini reading right now at DewanB.com, all right? Respect to you, Troy. Respect Stanley Horton. What's up, Linus? What's up, Jean Gray? Oh, and also your first reading, type in coupon code FIRST for 15% off of your first reading. Type in the product code FIRST for 15% off your first reading. And if you want to get a reading, but if you want to tiptoe into this, get a Monday mini reading, $50. 10 minutes, ask a quick question. This will clear your shit up, all right? Go to DewanB.com for your stuff right now. Well, thank y'all again. And let me end it by saying this. We gotta watch what we glorify because the children are listening. As men, if we go around, we glorifying gangsterism, we glorifying sports all day, we glorifying all of these things, the children are listening. They're going to hold valuable what we hold valuable. If we as men walk around talking about things that are not of substance, the kids see us going around saying one thing and doing something else with our women. Got to be straight up when it comes to our women. Straight up how we live our lives. Be honest. Even if the honesty hurts a little bit, tell the truth about it. The babies and the children are watching. Watch what we exalt. Watch what we glorify. Ladies, same with you. You know, watch what we uphold. Watch what we edify. Let's lift each other up. Let's black men and black women come together and lift up these children. That's what I'm about. I'm not into all that women did this and men did that. Yeah, women, y'all done fucked up. But fellas, we done fucked up too. So all we can do is forgive ourselves. And then once we forgive ourselves, forgive each other. And then once we forgive each other, we can focus on coming together as man, woman, child on equal footing, uplifting, raising, and elevating each other to the highest level we can do that. All right. Use these stories, use this drama that we talk about as a canvas to improve our own lives. Steve Harvey, you fellas, you go around and you be dramatic. You attract people who live a certain lifestyle. understand a certain level of drama and attention is going to come with it. You want to be the boss, you got to pay the cost. For us civilians out there, it ain't no goddamn snitching. If somebody breaking the law, tell. If you're a criminal, know that them niggas that are around you to your left and your right, they probably telling. So find a way to make an honest living. All right? And remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. My name is Dewan. We out.